Life has a unique way of testing us, often pushing us to our limits. But it's within these moments of pressure that the seeds of greatness are planted. Today we are here to explore how every challenge, every hardship, and every test is not a setback, but a stepping stone toward your elevation. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving and emerging stronger. The question isn't whether you will face trials, but how you will rise when they come. Life often challenges us in ways that seem insurmountable, and sometimes we feel like we're standing at the edge of our strength, staring into the abyss of what feels like a never-ending struggle. But here's the truth we often overlook. The power of perseverance is not in the absence of difficulty, but in our ability to rise when the difficulty is at its peak. It's easy to forget that perseverance is not just about holding on, it's about rising, pushing forward, and most importantly, learning how to thrive despite what life throws our way. Imagine this: every single challenge, every moment of discomfort is a test designed to reveal your true strength. You see, when you find yourself facing difficulty, you're not being punished, you're being prepared. Prepared for what? Prepared for greatness. When you encounter obstacles, you're being stretched, molded, and refined. You might not see it in the moment, but there is purpose in your pain. There is significance in your struggle. In the midst of your test, you are being elevated to something greater. The road to success isn't always a smooth path. If it were, everyone would be able to walk it, and there would be no value in the journey. The value lies in the struggle, in the resilience to continue despite the setbacks, the frustrations, and the fear. The power of perseverance comes when you decide, in the midst of all that is happening, that you will not quit. You will stand, you will move forward, and you will rise. What makes the difference between those who succeed and those who fall by the wayside is simple. It's the decision to keep going when everything within you says to stop. It's the choice to take one more step, even when the world seems to be pushing you backward. It's the ability to rise, not in the absence of pressure, but precisely because of it. The pressure is what reveals your potential. It's what calls forth the strength that you didn't know was there. There's a reason why the most successful individuals are often those who have faced the harshest challenges. The secret isn't in their luck, their privilege, or their ability to avoid obstacles. It's in their willingness to persevere when things get tough. They understand that every test is not a roadblock, but a gateway to their next level of growth. So what do you do when life tests you? You keep going. You push through, not because the journey is easy, but because it's worth it. Perseverance isn't about ignoring the difficulty, it's about facing it head on and knowing that the other side holds something much greater than you could imagine. When you push through, you begin to see the world differently. You no longer view obstacles as threats, but as opportunities to grow, to learn, and to become who you were always meant to be. And as you rise through every challenge, remember this: the test is not the end of your story, but the beginning of your transformation. When you face your trials with perseverance, you open the door to the kind of success that doesn't just come from achievement, but from the strength that's developed through your journey. Now the question is, how do you handle adversity when it comes? How do you maintain your strength when the storms seem to rage the loudest? Well, the answer lies not in avoiding the storm, but in knowing how to rise above it, and that is something we will dive deeper into next. There comes a moment in everyone's life when the storm feels too strong, the waves too high, and the winds too fierce. It's as if everything around you is falling apart, and you're left wondering if you'll ever see the calm again. But here's the incredible truth: the breakthrough you're waiting for, the elevation that's coming, is just on the other side of that storm. It's easy to think that when life feels chaotic, it's the end of your story. But what if it's not? What if the storm is the very thing that will elevate you to your next level? Think about this. Every great story of success has behind it a story of someone who faced adversity, who stood strong when the odds were stacked against them, and through that adversity, they found their purpose. They discovered that on the other side of the storm, there is always a new beginning. You see, the storms of life don't come to destroy you, they come to promote you. They are the gateway to the next level of your journey. It's in the midst of the storm that we discover our true potential. Without the challenges, without the setbacks, we would never know how strong we are. We would never push ourselves beyond our limit. The storm, however overwhelming it may seem, is a sign that something is about to change. Something is about to shift in your favor. What if the pressure you're feeling right now is actually the catalyst for your breakthrough? What if the very thing that seems to be pulling you under is actually pushing you forward? When the storm rages, don't focus on the chaos around you, focus on the promise ahead of you. The key is to keep your eyes on the outcome, to remember that no storm lasts forever. There will always be a moment when the clouds part and the sun shines through. That moment of clarity, that moment of elevation, is what you're building toward as you weather the storm. It's easy to lose hope when everything seems uncertain, but understand this: uncertainty is often the precursor to breakthrough. The moment before something incredible happens is often the moment when it feels the hardest to hold on. You might feel like you're standing in the eye of the storm, but believe that your breakthrough is closer than you think. The strength to get through it doesn't come from avoiding the storm, but from learning how to endure it. As you face your storm, remind yourself that you have been equipped for this. You have the resilience, the wisdom, and the fortitude to weather it. When others would have given up, you will rise, because inside of you is a strength that cannot be shaken. Every challenge, every obstacle, is a part of the process that prepares you for the breakthrough that's coming. When you emerge from this storm, you won't be the same person who entered. You will have gained new strength, new clarity, and a new understanding of your purpose. The storm will have transformed you, and you will stand taller, stronger, and more capable than ever before. So the question is, how do you navigate the storm without being consumed by it? How do you make sure that when it's all over, you're not only still standing, but you're standing elevated? Well, the answer lies in how you perceive the storm, and that's something we'll explore further as we continue this journey. In every life, there are moments that challenge us in ways we never imagined. We're tested beyond our limits, pushed to the brink, and sometimes it feels like everything we've worked for is on the line. But here's the truth: these tests are not meant to break you, they are meant to transform you. Every single trial you face, no matter how difficult, is an opportunity for growth. It's in the deepest struggles that your most significant transformations occur, and in these moments, something powerful happens. You are being molded for your next level of success. Imagine for a moment the pressure of a diamond being formed. It doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen easily. The diamond is shaped under intense pressure, with heat, struggle, and challenges that are beyond its control. But it is in this process, when it seems like the conditions are unbearable, that the diamond is created. And in the same way, you are being shaped in the fire of your own trials. It's uncomfortable, yes. It's challenging, yes. But it's necessary. Without the fire, the pressure, and the struggle, you would never know the power that lies within you. Every challenge you face is not a random event. It is a deliberate part of your journey, designed to push you to your next level. The problem comes when we see these challenges as obstacles to our success, rather than stepping stones. It's easy to look at our trials and think, this is too much, I can't handle this. But in reality, you can handle it. You were built to handle it. The challenge is not the problem, it's the opportunity to rise, the opportunity to elevate yourself beyond your current circumstances and move into something greater. You see, growth never happens in the comfort zone. It happens when we push ourselves, when we are forced to go beyond what we thought were our limits. When we face challenges head on, we develop strength, resilience, and wisdom. We begin to see things differently, understand our potential more clearly, and find the courage to keep moving forward, no matter what stands in our way. When you're in the middle of a test, it's difficult to see the bigger picture. All you feel is the pressure, the uncertainty, and the fear of what might happen next. But remember this: the test is a sign that you are being prepared for something bigger. The bigger the challenge, the bigger the elevation. It's in these moments of difficulty that you truly find out what you're made of. Will you quit? Will you give up? Or will you rise? It's easy to look at the successful people around you and think that they have something you don't, that their journey was easier, their struggles fewer. But the reality is, every successful person has walked through the fire. They've been tested, they've faced moments where it seemed like all was lost, and yet, they kept going. They didn't let the test define them. They used the test as the fuel to propel them forward. When you come out of this season, you won't be the same person who went in. You will have grown, evolved, and become stronger than you ever thought possible. This is the power of perseverance. It's not about avoiding challenges, it's about facing them, overcoming them, and using them to elevate yourself to new heights. But there's a critical question: how do you maintain your focus and strength when the tests keep coming? How do you ensure that you don't lose sight of the bigger picture, the prize that lies on the other side? Well, that's exactly what we'll dive into next. Every challenge you face is not just an obstacle, it's an opportunity. The key to thriving through life's toughest moments lies in your ability to embrace the test rather than resist it. You see, most people want to avoid hardship, to bypass the discomfort and struggle. But what if I told you that it's in those very moments of struggle where the most growth happens? What if every difficulty you face is actually a hidden blessing in disguise? When life tests you, it's easy to feel defeated. It's easy to think that what you're going through is too much to bear. But it's precisely in these moments that you are given a chance to evolve. You are being shaped, sculpted, and refined in ways that comfort and ease could never do. Life's tests are designed to stretch you, to challenge you, and ultimately, to help you grow into a stronger version of yourself. So instead of resisting the test, see it as an opportunity to rise higher, to push past your limits, and to show yourself just how capable you really are. When you approach life's challenges with the mindset that they are opportunities rather than burdens, everything changes. You stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start seeing them as stepping stones. Instead of getting discouraged when things go wrong, you begin to ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger? Every test is a chance to develop skills, resilience, and wisdom that you wouldn't gain otherwise. The greatest breakthroughs often come after the hardest battles, and while the process might feel uncomfortable, it's the discomfort that prepares you for the success that lies ahead. Imagine a tree that grows tall and strong. That tree doesn't grow in a calm, windless environment. No, it grows because the wind pushes against it, because it faces resistance. It's through that resistance that the tree develops strength, and the roots go deeper into the ground. Without that resistance, the tree would remain small and fragile. In the same way, it's through life's challenges that you develop the strength to reach your full potential. The test is not the enemy, it's the vehicle that will take you to your next level. One of the most powerful things you can do when facing difficulty is to shift your perspective. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? This simple change in mindset transforms the test from a source of pain into a source of growth. You begin to see the value in every challenge, every setback, every trial. It's not the difficulty that defines you, it's how you respond to it. The moment you stop seeing life's tests as obstacles and start seeing them as opportunities for growth, is the moment you begin to elevate. You start to realize that you don't need to be afraid of the challenge. You don't need to shy away from adversity. You begin to welcome it because you understand that it's preparing you for something great. But the question is, how do you maintain your drive when you're in the middle of a test, when everything around you seems to be falling apart? How do you ensure that you're not just surviving the storm, but thriving through it? Well, that's the next step we need to dive into. How to hold on to your vision and keep moving forward, no matter what. Stay with me. In the face of adversity, it's easy to feel like everything is against you. It's easy to think that the weight of the world is too much to bear, and that you're being asked to carry a burden far heavier than you can handle. But here's the truth. You have what it takes to endure. You have the strength, the resilience, and the ability to push through, even when it feels impossible. Endurance is not just about holding on. It's about moving forward when every part of you is telling you to stop. It's about standing firm, even when the world around you seems to be falling apart. And the power to endure is something that lies deep within you. Endurance is often misunderstood. It's not about ignoring the pain or pretending that the struggle doesn't exist. It's about acknowledging the difficulty, feeling the weight of it, but still deciding to take the next step. It's about moving through the challenges, not because they don't matter, but because you know that you can't stay where you are. You know that the only way to get to the next level is to keep going, no matter what. What makes endurance so powerful is that it is built through persistence. It's the ability to keep going when everyone else has given up. It's the courage to continue even when you don't see an immediate reward. In life, most people give up just before they reach the breakthrough. They stop because the path gets hard, because the struggle seems too great, because the progress is slow. But the truth is, endurance is what separates the ones who succeed from the ones who quit. It's in the moments of deep pain, when everything feels overwhelming, that you must remind yourself that this is not the end, this is the process. Endurance teaches you to trust the journey, even when you can't see the outcome. It's not about rushing through life, but about learning how to stay the course. It's about recognizing that every step, even the smalls, seemingly insignificant ones, are moving you closer to your breakthrough. But here's the key: the power to endure comes from knowing your purpose. When you understand the reason you're on this journey, when you know why you're facing these tests, it becomes easier to endure. Purpose gives you the motivation to keep going. It provides the fuel to keep moving forward, even when the road is tough. When you have a clear vision of what lies ahead, you can push through the hardest of times. Your purpose is what will keep you grounded when everything else seems to be falling apart. So how do you maintain that endurance? How do you keep pressing on, day after day, when everything within you is exhausted? The answer lies in your ability to find strength in your vision. When you have a vision that pulls you forward, nothing can stop. The test you're facing will become nothing more than a stepping stone to your success. It will no longer be something that weighs you down, but something that propels you forward. But what happens when the journey feels too long? What happens when you start to wonder if it's all worth it? Well, that's the next piece of the puzzle we need to explore. How do you keep your focus when the end seems so far away? Stick with me as we continue to unravel the next step in this journey. Every trial you face, every difficulty, and every setback is not just a random event. There is purpose in every struggle, a lesson waiting to be learned, a strength waiting to be discovered. What you're going through right now may feel like a heavy burden, but it's actually an opportunity in disguise, a chance for you to grow, to evolve, and to prepare for what's coming next. You may not see it in the moment, but understand this: there is a purpose behind every test. The challenge you're facing is not meant to break you, it's meant to build you. Think about this: you cannot be promoted to the next level until you've proven yourself capable at your current level. The test you are experiencing right now is part of your development, your preparation. It's easy to think that life is just throwing challenges your way for no reason, but nothing could be further from the truth. Life's tests are designed to elevate you, to prepare you for the success that you've been waiting for. The process might not make sense right now, but when you look back, you'll see how every test was exactly what you needed to reach your next level. When you go through tough times, it's easy to get frustrated and feel like nothing is going the way you want it to. You might ask yourself, why is this happening to me? But what if instead of focusing on the frustration, you focused on the purpose behind the trial? Every challenge you face is an opportunity to become more of who you were meant to be. It's an opportunity to stretch yourself, to develop new skills, to grow in ways you never thought possible. You cannot become the person you were destined to be without going through these trials. In fact, the harder the test, the greater the purpose behind it. You see, the toughest challenges often lead to the most significant breakthroughs. They push you out of your comfort zone, force you to dig deeper, and help you uncover strength and resilience that you didn't even know you had. The purpose of the test is not just to make you stronger, it's to prepare you for the life you've been dreaming of. Every struggle is a stepping stone, a necessary part of your journey to greatness. And here's the important thing to remember: the purpose of your test is not to destroy you, it's to refine you. Think of the way gold is refined. It goes through intense heat, enduring flames, and pressure, but it's that process that purifies it, that makes it shine brighter, that makes it valuable. In the same way, the pressure you're under right now is not to break you, it's to refine you, to prepare you for something greater. So when you're facing your next challenge, instead of asking, why me? Ask, what is this preparing me for? When you begin to see the purpose in your trials, you shift from being a victim of your circumstances to being a student of the process. You start to understand that every setback is simply a setup for your comeback. Every challenge is a preparation for your elevation. But the question remains, how do you tap into that power when everything around you is falling apart? How do you rise to your next level of success, no matter the storm you're facing? Well, the answer lies in your ability to stay focused, and that's something we'll explore as we continue to uncover the steps in your journey. Stay with me. You've been through the fire, faced the challenges, and now it's time to see the fruits of your labor. But here's the thing: success doesn't always look the way we expect it to. It doesn't always come wrapped in a neat package. Sometimes your breakthrough comes in a form that you didn't anticipate, or it shows up at a time when you least expect it. But what if I told you that success doesn't just come from what you've done? It comes from how you handle what you've been through. It's your ability to rise from the ashes that will determine your future. Success is not just about reaching the top, it's about how you got there. It's about the character you built, the strength you developed, and the resilience you learned along the way. Every setback, every struggle has been a part of shaping you into the person who can handle the success that's coming. You see, the world doesn't need more people who get lucky and find success. They need people who are equipped to handle it, who are prepared to manage the responsibility, the pressure, and the opportunities that come with success. Think of the moment when you finally achieved something significant. How many times have you heard stories of people who got what they wanted, only to lose it because they weren't ready for it? They couldn't handle the success, the fame, or the wealth. They weren't prepared for the responsibility that came with it. That's why preparation is everything. The way you handle the journey, the ups and downs, the challenges and the victories, is what prepares you to handle success when it finally arrives. So what does it take to be ready for success? It takes understanding that success isn't just a destination, it's a process. It's a series of steps that require patience, focus, and preparation. Each step along the way is an opportunity for growth, and each setback is an opportunity to develop the character necessary to handle your future. The key to success is not rushing to the finish line, but mastering each phase of the process. The longer you take to develop yourself, the more equipped you will be to handle what comes next. What you do in the waiting, in the preparation, is just as important as the success itself. In fact, how you handle yourself in the process often determines whether or not you'll be able to maintain the success you achieve. It's not enough to get to the top, you have to know how to stay there. And that comes from the strength and wisdom you gain through your struggles. It's the lessons you learn during the most difficult moments that will equip you to handle the breakthroughs when they arrive. But here's the question. How do you prepare yourself for success when it feels like you've been waiting forever? How do you stay motivated when it seems like your breakthrough is always just out of reach? Well, the answer lies in the power of patience, persistence, and keeping your eyes on the bigger picture. And we're about to dive deeper into that. Stay with me as we uncover what it truly takes to prepare for your breakthrough. You've been pushing through, you've been enduring, and now it's time to reflect on the most important question. Are you truly prepared for what's coming next? So often we focus so much on overcoming the challenges and tests that we forget to focus on the most important aspect of success, the mindset. You see, everything that happens in your life starts in your mind. Your ability to break through, to rise above, to reach the next level, it all begins with your mindset. And when the breakthrough is close, you must be careful, because your mindset will either elevate you or sabotage everything you've worked for. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they finally achieve a measure of success is allowing themselves to become complacent. They think that because they've fought through the hardest part, they've now arrived. But success isn't about one big moment. It's about the mindset you carry every single day. It's about the consistency you bring, the discipline you maintain, and the way you respond to the challenges that continue to arise, even after you've reached what you thought was your destination. Success requires you to have an abundance mindset, not a scarcity one. A scarcity mindset says there's not enough for everyone. I have to fight for every opportunity, and I'll protect what I have because I might lose it. But an abundance mindset says there's always more. I can grow, I can give, I can help, and the more I do, the more that comes back to me. When you have an abundance mindset, you approach every opportunity with willingness, knowing that there's always room to grow, always room to expand. You're not just focusing on yourself, you're thinking about how you can help others, how you can elevate everyone around you. This is why it's essential to stay humble in the face of success. Humility is not about thinking less of yourself, it's about thinking of yourself less. When you understand that your success isn't just for you, you begin to see the bigger picture. You recognize that your success is a platform for others, and that true fulfillment comes not just from what you gain, but from what you give. It's in this space of abundance that you begin to create even greater opportunities, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. But the question is, how do you cultivate this mindset, especially when you've just gone through a season of hardship and struggle? How do you transition from the mindset of survival to the mindset of abundance? How do you ensure that when your breakthrough comes, you're truly ready to handle it and multiply it? This is where your inner strength, discipline, and vision will make all the difference. Success will come to those who are mentally and emotionally prepared for it. It's not about what you've done in the past, it's about how you're positioning yourself in the present to take full advantage of the opportunities that lie ahead. And the real key is learning how to embrace this mindset of abundance and how to turn every setback into a stepping stone for greater success. But there's something even deeper that we need to dive into, something that will set you apart from the rest. How do you keep growing even when it feels like you've reached the pinnacle? Well, that's exactly what we'll explore in the next part of your journey as we reveal the final piece to your breakthrough. Stay with me. You've made it through the storm, you've endured the challenges, and now it seems like success is within your grasp. But here's something crucial to understand. Success, no matter how far you've come, doesn't just happen on its own. It's not a one-time event, it's a constant process, a continuous journey. If you've been working hard preparing for that breakthrough, it's not the time to let your guard down. It's actually time to go even further, to dig deeper and to take your growth to the next level. The moment you think you've arrived is the moment you risk losing everything you've worked for. The key to staying on top, to ensuring that your success is not fleeting, is the ability to adapt, to keep learning, and to stay humble. When you stop growing, that's when the world begins to pass you by. It's easy to get comfortable when you've achieved something significant. It's easy to relax and think that you've made it. But success requires constant reinvention. Success requires the courage to continue pushing yourself even when things seem to be going well. It's not about getting comfortable with the victories. It's about embracing the growth that's still possible. You see, when you've been tested and you've overcome, that's only one phase of your journey. Now it's time to level up. This is where many people fall short. They reach a point of success and think they can stop learning, stop growing, and just coast. But the truth is, the path to even greater success requires consistent effort, discipline, and learning. When you reach new heights, you must be prepared for the challenges that come with it. The higher you go, the greater the responsibility. The more you achieve, the more opportunities come your way. And with those opportunities come new challenges, new problems to solve, and new areas to grow. This is the price of success. It doesn't stop, it's a continual process of pushing boundaries, evolving, and becoming the person who can handle the next level of success. But how do you continue pushing forward when things feel good, when you feel like you've done enough? The answer lies in recognizing that your potential is never truly tapped out. You've only just begun to scratch the surface of what you can achieve. Your capacity to grow is limitless. The secret to going from good to great is the willingness to keep evolving, to keep learning, to keep seeking the next challenge, and to embrace the discomfort that comes with it. This is what separates the people who achieve greatness from those who achieve mediocrity. So when the temptation to relax or settle comes knocking, remember this: the real secret to lasting success is growth. The moment you stop growing is the moment you start declining. Stay hungry, stay curious, keep challenging yourself, keep aiming higher, because if you want to sustain the success that you've worked so hard to achieve, you must always be looking toward the next phase, the next challenge, and the next level of growth. But what does this look like in action? How do you turn your desire for growth into tangible steps that lead to even greater success? Well, the next piece of this puzzle is crucial. It's about leveraging your current success for your next breakthrough. How do you position yourself for even greater impact? Let's dive into that next. Success is not just about achieving something, it's about how you leverage that success to create even more impact, to reach even higher, and to make a lasting difference in the world. The journey you've been on has been a process of growth, and now as you stand at the pinnacle of your efforts, it's time to ask yourself, how can I use what I've achieved to elevate others, to create opportunities, and to build something even greater? It's easy to get caught up in the idea that success is an end goal, a finish line you cross and then stop. But true success is not about a single achievement. It's about multiplying your success and using it to create a legacy. Every success you experience is not just for you, it's an opportunity to open doors for others, to impact your community, to build a platform for even greater things to come. Your success isn't just yours, it's a tool, a resource that can be used to elevate the lives of those around you. The key to sustaining success is understanding that it's not about staying at the top, it's about using your position to help others reach the top with you. Your success becomes meaningful when you use it to create new opportunities, when you leverage your experience to help someone else on their journey. You see, success is a cycle. It's not just about what you can gain, it's about what you can give. When you're willing to invest your knowledge, your resources, and your influence into others, you create a ripple effect. You create a culture of growth, where everyone rises together. Now you may be wondering, how do I begin to leverage my success in a way that brings about lasting change? It starts with sharing your knowledge. When you've learned from your own experiences, you have wisdom to offer. You have lessons to share. Whether it's mentoring someone, offering guidance, or creating platforms for others to succeed, the key is to pour into others the way you were once poured into. Your success is the foundation for someone else's rise, and that's how you create lasting impact. It's also about giving back, creating opportunities where there were none, and being a source of inspiration for others who may be struggling with the same challenges you faced. Think about the people who helped you along your journey. Now it's your turn to be that person for someone else. This is the cycle of success that sustains itself. When you lift others, you don't just help them rise, you rise with them. But here's the truth: no matter how high you climb, there will always be someone else in need of your guidance, your help, your mentorship. And as you continue to elevate others, you'll find that you too will continue to elevate. It's a constant cycle of growth, impact, and elevation. You'll never stop rising because you're always focused on the next step, the next person you can help, the next opportunity you can create. So as you stand at the top, ready to take your success to the next level, ask yourself, who can I lift up? Who can I empower? The real power of success is in how you use it to create lasting, meaningful change. This is just the beginning of your journey. You've come so far, but the best is yet to come. Keep rising, keep giving, and watch as your success multiplies in ways you never imagined.